My name is Rachel Morgan. I'm 40 years old, living in Houston, Texas. My husband, Brandon, works for an oil company and is frequently sent to different cities for weeks at a time. It had become routine now, me staying alone, him calling once a day, and silence echoing through our big suburban home. To help with daily errands and getting to my job at the law firm, Brandon had hired a full-time driver, Daniel. He was in his late 20s, tall, quiet, with a calm face that rarely smiled. At first, I thought nothing of him. He was just the driver. But over time, I began to notice things. The way his eyes lingered in the rear-view mirror when I spoke. The way his hands subtly brushed mine while opening the door. And most of all, the way he always made sure I got inside safely, standing by the gate longer than needed, looking at me with a gaze that was different. At first, I ignored it. But day after day, ride after ride, I started feeling something stir inside me. I hadn't felt desired in a long time. Brandon was always away, always too tired, always distant. Daniel, however, made me feel seen, watched, maybe even wanted. Then it happened. It was a Friday evening. I came home from work, and the silence in the house felt heavier than usual. I was alone. Brandon was in Denver for a 2-week project. The sky turned dark early, and rain began tapping against the windows like whispers. Around 9 p.m., there was a knock at the door. It was Daniel. I was surprised. "Daniel? Everything okay?" He looked hesitant, nervous. "Ma'am, I was driving back when I heard something strange from your backyard. I thought I should check. Are you okay?" I nodded. I didn't hear anything. "But thank you." A pause. Then I added, "You can wait in the hallway if you want. I'll check the back." He came inside, standing near the front hallway as I checked the doors and windows. Nothing seemed out of place. Probably just the wind. I came back and found him standing awkwardly. "It's cold tonight," I said. "You want to wait for the rain to stop?" He nodded. "I'll sleep in the hallway chair, if that's okay." I gave a half smile. "The guest room bed is cleaner than that chair. Use it." But he didn't go to the guest room. Later that night, around 1 a.m., I woke up to the sound of my bedroom door creaking open. It was Daniel. I sat up, surprised. "What are you doing?" His voice was quiet, almost broken.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
I felt scared. I heard a noise again. I didn't want to be alone. For reasons I couldn't explain, maybe loneliness, maybe madness, I said, "Okay, you can sleep here. Just stay on your side." He climbed onto the bed, careful not to touch me. But we both couldn't sleep. Minutes passed.
Hours.
Then, he whispered, "You deserve to feel loved." I turned my face to him. Our eyes met in the moonlight seeping through the curtains. That night, something shattered inside me. The loneliness, the silence, the cold distance between me and Brandon. All of it melted as Daniel's hand gently touched mine. That night, we crossed a line. From that day on, Daniel would stay over every night Brandon was away. We didn't speak much during the day, but the nights were filled with quiet passion, comfort, and something dangerously close to love. He made me feel younger. He made me laugh. He gave me warmth. 6 months passed like a dream. But one night, as we lay wrapped in each other's arms, Daniel looked at me and said, "I think I love you, Rachel." My heart skipped. I couldn't say it back. I cared for him deeply. But love? That was dangerous. That was complicated. Then came the night everything changed. Brandon came home early, unannounced. Daniel was still in the house. What happened next changed all our lives forever. It was a Wednesday night, cool, quiet, ordinary. Daniel was in the kitchen, pouring us both glasses of wine. I was upstairs, changing into something comfortable, unaware that Brandon's flight had landed hours ahead of schedule. And then I heard it, the sound of keys at the front door. For a second, my heart stopped. It couldn't be. Brandon was supposed to be gone for another 3 days. "Rachel," his voice called. Daniel froze, the wine glass slipping from his fingers and shattering on the floor. I ran downstairs. "Brandon, you're home early?" He looked at me, suspicious. "Tired." "Yeah, Project wrapped up sooner than expected. Thought I'd surprise you. Behind me, I could feel Daniel's presence, the silence screaming louder than words. He stepped into view, pale and panicked. Brandon's eyes shifted. What's he doing here? I opened my mouth. To lie, to explain, to calm the rising fire. But I was too late. Rachel, Brandon's voice broke. What's going on? I looked at Daniel, then back at my husband. I'm sorry, I whispered. Brandon didn't shout. He didn't break anything. He just turned and walked upstairs, not a word spoken. The next morning, he left for his sister's place without a goodbye. The aftermath. The days that followed were like walking through broken glass. Brandon filed for divorce within 2 weeks. Word spread. Friends stopped calling. Colleagues whispered behind my back. My world, everything I had built, cracked wide open. As for Daniel, he stayed. He supported me when I cried. He helped me pack Brandon's things. He made me coffee each morning and held my hand when the nights felt too long. But deep down, I knew something wasn't the same. One evening, as we sat on the porch, he looked at me and said, I never wanted to be the reason your world burned down. You weren't, I said softly. It was already on fire. You just stood beside me while it crumbled. We tried to make it work for 3 more months. But something had changed. The thrill was gone. The guilt lingered. And eventually, Daniel said goodbye. 1 year later. Now I live alone in a small apartment in Austin. I work remotely. I read more. I've learned how to sit with silence without letting it haunt me. Sometimes I still dream of Daniel. Sometimes I wonder if Brandon ever truly loved me. But mostly I think about that one night when a quiet driver entered my life and reminded me what it felt like to be wanted. It was never meant to last. But it happened. And I carry it with me, like a scar, like a secret, like a story I'll never forget.